I saw someone post a video about this in the Discord server, and while I didn't want to take a look at the video, I did want to cover the topic myself. Apparently, chat, Froot Loops has gone woke. Oh shit! Oh shit! Froot Loops, you know the cereal, the breakfast cereal, that they're like very colorful rings, and pretty much everybody has fond memories of eating as a child. Yeah, those Froot Loops, you know, Toucan Sam and all that jazz. Apparently the Froot Loops have gone woke, chat, and the conservatives aren't too happy about it. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into that. We're going to take a look at it. We have this post by Libs of TikTok, who I'm pretty sure y'all are very familiar with Libs of TikTok. But in any case, Libs of TikTok tweeted out the following. Froot Loops promotes free access to a digital library, which, by the way, they spelled Froot Loops wrong, okay? The fruit in Froot Loops is spelled F-R-O-O-T, not like actual spelling of fruit, so they already done goofed it. Froot Loops promotes free access to a digital library in their cereal boxes for kids. The library offers a range of books to teach kids themes of equality, diversity, and inclusion. Oh, shit! Oh, shit. Oh man, chat. Teaching kids about, you know, equality, diversity, and inclusion. Oh man, that's what horrible life lessons to teach to your children, chat. At the audacity of them to teach kids these things. Unbelievable. How dare they? Kellogg's wants to indoctrinate your children with breakfast cereal. Stop giving them your money. Instead, shop at Public Square. Oh my, chat. They could not make this any more of an obvious grift. They're not just calling out Froot Loops, okay, and Kellogg's for this little marketing thing that they're doing with this free digital library. They're also promoting another, like, service. You know she probably got paid to make this tweet. Instead, shop at Public Square, where you can find millions of products from companies that you can be sure share your values. Check them out here. publicsq.mobi/shop USA. What is this? Let me see. What is this? Oh, so it's an app. So they're promoting an app that you can use to buy, I guess, anti-woke products. I guess. I don't know. But anyway, let's take a look at the images that they've attached here. Source of the images is @EndWokeness. Okay. So we have the Froot Loops box here. I always liked Froot Loops when I was a kid. I will say this, though. If there's anything to call out Froot Loops for, it's probably the amount of sugar that they, like, feed to your kids in this cereal. Like, this shit is not good for your kids, okay? You could absolutely probably give your kids a healthier cereal than Froot Loops, but I mean, I think that would be what a normal person would criticize Froot Loops for, not trying to indoctrinate your kids about, you know, teaching them about diversity and inclusivity and whatnot. But we got the Froot Loops here. It says, buy this box and get access to a free digital library with equality, or it says equity. I keep saying equality. Equity, diversity, and inclusion content. Okay? So that's what they're big mad about. That's what they're big mad about. Our digital library is open and free. With the purchase of specially marked Froot Loops cereal, internet access required, content is suitable for age 13 plus. Visit frootloops.ca/EDI for details. And we are going to take a look at the website a little bit later to kind of see what they're so outraged about. Okay. But your family can learn how incredibly colorful and diverse the world can be with our ED&I family-centric content curated by BGC Canada. Oh, so this is like a Canadian promotion. Okay. John D. Iconic says, the sweetness of this can give more diabetes effect. They did add on some sugar in the cereal. I don't know if, like, people would put additional sugar in their cereal when they're already eating a very sugar-rich cereal. I don't think that's a thing. But anyway, what is this? The FAQ. What is the Kellogg's Fruit Loops ED&I digital library? It's a free online library of equity, diversity, and inclusion, family-centric content, including books, podcasts, and more, curated in partnership with our friends at BGC Canada, formerly Boys and Girls Clubs of Canada. And Kids Can Press. A variety of topics are covered in the resources, including kindness, gender equality, and diverse abilities, just to name a few. So we can better understand our classmates, friends, and neighbors, and the colorful world we all live in, which I think sounds like great things. Honestly, I think that sounds fantastic. You know, teaching kids about these things, you know, how to be more inclusive and, you know, like stuff like that. I don't see the issue, but of course they do for whatever reason. So this is a quote tweet of the libs of TikTok by the Public Square people. Discover indoctrination-free breakfast items, books, and more for your children at publicsquare.com. Chat, like I said, you can't make it any less obvious that this is a grift. And I know grift is a term that gets thrown around a lot as a way to kind of, shit on people for their like views or whatever. But realistically speaking, there are people who are genuine fucking grifters. And this is like, again, it doesn't get more obvious that this is like an actual fucking grift, right? Literally posting the tweet, calling out Kellogg's and Fruit Loops while including a link to a place where you can buy woke-free or indoctrination-free products, and literally like them piggybacking off of the tweet to promote themselves as well. I mean, it's really obvious. It's really fucking obvious. It's an expert grift, I see. Exactly. So I did want to take a look at a couple videos here. We have this video on the Rubin Report. This major cereal brand has a special woke prize inside for brainwashing your kids. Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay, so let's see. Let's find out about the woke cereal, chat. You guys ready to find out about the woke cereal? Here we go.
There's something actually much more nefarious happening directly to your kids, and they're constantly going after the children. So this is wild. This is from the Libs of TikTok Twitter account, and you know Libs of TikTok.
You gotta love how, like, okay, so people don't buy this bullshit. Okay, they absolutely will not buy this bullshit. But the moment you tell them, oh, but they're coming after your kids, like that's like, nobody wants any harm to be brought to kids, right? Of course, nobody wants any harm to be brought to children. So these conservatives will make these statements and they'll throw in this little, oh, by the way, they're coming for your children. And because their goal there is that normie people who don't closely follow this shit and don't really know any better, their hope is that they'll tug at the heartstrings of those people and say, oh shit, they're coming for my kids. Well, fuck that shit, right? And so their hope is to, mislead people who don't know any better by using kids as a tool to, as Catherine in the chat said, pearl clutch. That's essentially what's happening here.
She gets in a lot of trouble with all the evil people. Froot Loops promotes free access to a digital library on their cereal boxes for kids. The library offers a range of books to teach kids themes of equity, diversity, and inclusion. Kellogg's wants to indoctrinate your children with breakfast cereal. Stop giving them your money. Instead, shop at official Public Square, where you can find...
Again, it couldn't be more obvious that it's a grift. They're literally promoting an anti-woke like website. This happens every time, right? If they go after a company that sells chocolate bars, then they do the anti-woke chocolate bar. When they were going after Bud Light, they did that. I forget what the brand was called. Maybe somebody in the chat will remember the brand, but they did that promotion to sell the anti-woke beer that costs twice as much as a 6-pack of Bud Light. Like, this is like a thing. And like people just jump on this shit like all the fucking time because they're just like dumb. They're easily manipulated into this shit.
Millions of products from companies that you can be sure to share your values. Check them out here, blah, blah, blah. But look at these images on the Froot Loops box. You can see their digital library and what's going on in their digital library. It's a free online library of equity, diversity, and inclusion, family-centric content, including books, podcasts, and more, created in partnership, blah, blah, blah.
I like how he tries to make it sound so nefarious, right? Like, oh my God, what they're doing is so sinister. oh man, they're teaching children how to be inclusive, right? How to accept people who are different than them.
All of this, it is, first off, if you are giving, I have 2 young children, like they have had basically no sugar. They're eating organic, they're eating real foods. These kids are huge, great, happy, and healthy. And I will never, the idea of giving them just a bowl of pure sugar, you're just giving them a bowl of sugar and die.
See, as I mentioned before, like that's a valid criticism for like this cereal, right? 100%. Like a lot of these cereals that are targeted at kids, they do legitimately have way too much fucking sugar in them. They're not healthy, way too many fucking calories. Like it's bad for your kid, okay? You're essentially feeding your kids like a bowl of candy, okay? So if that was the criticism they wanted to have against Froot Loops or other very sugary cereals, like that's fine. That's a very valid criticism to have. But like, oh man, they're promoting a free library for kids to read books about inclusivity and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that? I don't understand.
You put Froot Loops, and I get it. I loved Froot Loops when I was a kid, right? But like, there's a better way to parent. But they are trying to hack their brains in 2 ways. They want to hack their brains, get them hopped up on sugar, nothing nutrition in the first place. And then, oh, you're all hopped up on sugar? Now go to our website where you can learn that you're racist. And then you got this little 5-year-old who's hopped.
Learn that you're racist? What the fuck is... We're going to take a look at the library in a second, chat, so we can see the kind of books that they have and stuff. But like, what the fuck?
Up on sugar, go, Mommy, I'm racist. It's just insane.
Yeah, you are insane. You are very, very insane, my dude. Okay, so that's that video. I also want to take a look at this one here. Froot Loops new woke promotion sparks boycott. So we got another Bud Light style boycott, chat. Oh shit! Another one of these boycotts. This is by Sky News Australia, and let's just have a look at it.
Now, I was watching your show, Reuben Report. It's on Rumble, on YouTube. Go check it out. And you had some big news about Froot Loops this week, mate, the breakfast cereal.
Did you see this one? I don't know if it made it to Froot Loops Australia, but here in America, Froot Loops is pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Well, the funny thing is, he says here in America, this is what I'm like. First of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with this promotion to begin with. Just to be super fucking clear, I don't think there's anything wrong with this promotion to begin with. But he says that it's in America. It's a Canadian promotion. We literally like saw before. It's literally a Canadian fucking promotion.
Our children. So it's not just that to start your day as a 5-year-old, your mom's going to put a big bowl of sugar in front of you and rot your brain. Then they will also direct you on the back of the box. They will direct you to Kellogg's. That's the owner of Froot Loops, and they also own Frosted Flakes and a whole bunch of the other brands that, you know, kids, guys our age used to love way back when. I used to love that stuff, as everybody did. But basically, they are now directing you to...
Tipster Canada is North America? I mean, yeah, but like when he's saying America, people are thinking like the United States, right? That's what they're thinking. They're not thinking Canada.
To children's books and other entertainment stories and things related to diversity, equity, inclusion as it pertains to gender and everything else. And it's like, man, what a perfect combination. You get these kids hopped up on sugar, their brains don't get the nourishment that they need, and then they don't get the educational nourishment that they need. So no, how about...
So like, I get that, like, the way that they're describing it, like, I get that sugar is obviously, like, having tons of sugar is bad for kids. It's absolutely true. Like, I do think, as I mentioned before, that a lot of these, like, breakfast cereals, you might as well just serve your kids a bowl of candy at that point because it's so fucking rich in sugar and other things that aren't good for them. But, like, he's talking about, like, they're using the sugar as, like, a brainwashing tool because it dumbs down the intelligence of kids. And then after that, it's, like... now they're being indoctrinated because they're like they're being like mind controlled through the sugar or something. It's so weird.
Maybe just an egg, a nice hard-boiled egg, that would do just fine for a kid.
Okay, so anyway, so that's the video. So I wanted to take a look at this website, chat. I wanted to take a look at the website and see just how bad this shit is. Okay, how bad is this digital library that they're so outraged by it. And what do these books look like? So let's go ahead and let's enter the digital library. I did try to access this library a couple days ago. This website's super slow. I don't know why the website's so slow, but let's take a look at some of the books that they have here. We have Maggie's Chopsticks, My City Speaks, My Words Flew Away Like Birds. I admittedly have never heard of any of these books. Next Door, what's this one? David Jumps In, Going Up, and The Red Bicycle, The Extraordinary Story of One Ordinary Bicycle. 111 Trees, How One Village Celebrates the Birth of Every Girl. Razia's Ray of Hope, One Girl's Dream of an Education. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I tried. School Days Around the World. And Loop Together on Acceptance. Loop Together on Gender Empowerment. Loop Together on Kindness. Teaching kindness, I think, is a good thing to teach kids, right? You see a lot of like kids who like they're bullies and they just go around bullying other kids and stuff like that. So I think teaching kindness to kids is a good thing to teach kids, right? And that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and let's read the description of some of these books, because they do give a brief description of the books. Let's see here. So it says, in this lovely picture book, a young girl named Maggie gets her own pair of chopsticks. Now everyone insists on telling her how to use them. Her grandmother says, do it like me, while she rapidly works her old wooden sticks with a click-clack-clicketing. Her sister instructs, be graceful like this, as she crosses her pair back and forth like legs in dancing. But it's no use. No matter how hard Maggie practices to be like the others, they keep telling her she's doing it wrong. Frustrated, Maggie asks her cat, the kitchen god, and her ancestors what she should do. Finally, her father gently tells Maggie just what she needs to hear. Everyone is different. Everyone is unique. He tells her, you hold your chopsticks perfectly. So, I don't know. That seems like a pretty harmless story. I don't see any issues with this story. Let's pick another one. Let's pick a random book. We'll go ahead and we'll go with this one. Let's read the description of this one and see just how horrible it is, chat. I did mention their website is super, super slow, as you can see here. A boy has some unexpected encounters in his neighborhood in this wordless book about celebrating differences and building bridges. In this wordless picture book, a deaf boy and his mother enjoy a walk through their community. Together, they greet their neighbors, stop by the playground, spy a bird's nest in a tree, and buy cookies at the grocery store. Later, they visit their new neighbors, a woman and her daughter, who have only recently immigrated from another country. Although the girl is shy and the two kids speak different languages, American Sign Language and Arabic, find a way to communicate and become fast friends. This sweet story by critically acclaimed author Deborah Kerbel explores the art of appreciating the world and the people around us and finding points of connection. So again, like, what's the issue with this? What harm is being brought to a child by reading a book like this? I genuinely don't understand it. Let's go ahead and let's read the description of one more. I'll just pick another random book. We'll go with this one. And let's see the description of this one before we wrap up this segment. And here we go. An elevator ride to a birthday party turns into a shared experience, bursting with joy in this multicultural story about community, togetherness, and the special feelings of belonging. Today is Olive's birthday party, and Sophie and her dad have baked cookies. Sophie's dad holds the platter so Sophie can push the elevator button for the 10th floor. But on the way up, the elevator stops to let the Santucci brothers in. I think that's how you pronounce that. Then on the next floor, Vicky, Babs, and their dog, Norman, get in. And as the elevator ascends, it keeps stopping and more neighbors squeeze into the crowded space. The Habibs, the Flores family, the Kwan, V. Teetle, and her Chihuahua, Minx, everyone is going to the party. So again, like, where's the harm in these stories? Where is the harm in teaching, kids about community and diversity and acceptance of other people around them? I don't understand. Why are they so outraged by this shit? These seem like very good life lessons to teach a child. This is just the typical bullshit of let's get mad and outraged about something that is literally a fucking non-issue. It's insane to me. But that's just kind of the way people are. These people are. Let's get mad about kids reading books with positive messages in them that teach them to be, you know, good members of society. It's fucking dumb. That's just what it is. It's fucking dumb.